I'm sure many of you have heard about like I'm sure like many of you are aware of how like the jabs the how the jabs cause like like adverse reactions. So yeah, and well now like it's happening now, like even like even like celebrities, I think now they're starting to suffer like adverse effects from the jab. So um and I think even like politicians as well, they're beginning to suffer like adverse reactions to the jab. So I want to pull up an article right now that will explain it all. So this is from the Most Revolutionary Act. It says Governor Newsom injured by Moderna booster shot, source tells the Defender. Here's a picture of him, I guess, getting the booster shot. Then it says a source close to California Governor Gavin Newsom today told the Defender the governor experienced an adverse reaction to the Moderna COVID jab he received on October 27, the last day he was seen in public. A source close a source close to California Governor Gavin Newsom today told the Defender the governor experienced an adverse reaction to the Moderna COVID jab he received on October 27. The source, who asked not to be identified, said Newsom's symptoms were similar to those associated with Guillain-Barré syndrome (GBS), a known side effect of many jabs. GBS is a neurological disorder in which the body's immune system mistakenly attacks part of its peripheral nervous system, the network of nerves located outside the brain and spinal cord, and can range from a very mild case with brief weakness to paralysis to leaving the person unable to breathe independently. The governor has not been seen in public since he was photographed on October 27 getting his booster. Then it says on on October 29th, Newsom's office issued a statement referring to unspecified family obligations as the reason the governor canceled his scheduled appearances, including his planned meetings at the Global CO COP26 climate conference in Glasgow, Scotland. A local ABC news outlet reported that when the surprising announcement was made, a spokesperson said Newsom planned to participate virtually in the climate conference. However, Newsom's name was removed from the schedule and he did not participate. The Defender reached out to Newsom's office today by phone and email, but the office did not respond before publication. So that's the end of the article, and um, so yeah, so this in this article, they're saying how like how the governor of California and like suffered an adverse reaction to the booster shot. So now like even like celebrities and like politicians, like they're beginning to suffer like adverse effects from the jab. So and yeah, and I'm sure like mainstream media, they're gonna like downplay all this stuff. So Yeah, so that's the end of the article. Just so I can close it now. There's also another article I want to pull up too, which also has to do with the California governor. So yeah, it also involves him like suffering like an adverse reaction to the jab. So I'll pull it up right now. So this is from the Daily Mail. I think no, it's from the UK, and it's saying like how it's saying how Gavin Newsom like how Gavin Newsom um like he got like a double jab of like the booster and the flu shot. So it says Gavin Newsom's double jab of COVID booster and flu shot made him sick enough to cancel Scotland trip and disappear from public view for nearly 2 weeks until he popped up at Ivy Getty's wedding on Saturday. It says California Governor Gavin Newsom was left with muscle weakness and fatigue after receiving two jabs within days of each other, friends claim. Newsom abruptly pulled out of the climate summit in Scotland last week, and his office cited family obligations as the reason. He was last seen in public on October 27 after receiving a COVID 19 booster shot in Oakland and also got a flu shot on October 22nd. So that's like 5 days apart where he got two different shots. He's seen in a photo attending Oil Harris Ivy Getty's wedding in San Francisco on Saturday. Newsom wore a sharp tuxedo with a black mask and a seen look yawn while Gordon Getty gives his granddaughter Ivy a kiss at the end of the aisle. The flu shot and booster shot were administered separately, and the governor did not have an adverse reaction to either shot, Newsom's press secretary insists. On Monday, Newsom's wife took to social media to defend her husband, call out haters without a life who criticized his 12-day disappearance. Then it says California Governor Gavin Newsom had an adverse reaction to getting the COVID booster shot, booster and a flu shot within days of each other, leaving him with muscle weakness and fatigue, claim sources in the family's inner circle. The governor was last seen in public on October 27 after receiving a COVID 19 booster shot in Oakland. He had gotten a flu shot on October 22nd. Newsom finally appeared in a photo attending Ivy Getty's star-studded wedding this past weekend after disappearing from the public eye for nearly 2 weeks. Newsom is seen wearing a Newsom is seen wearing a sharp tuxedo with a black mask as he looks on while Gordon Getty gives his granddaughter Ivy Love Getty a kiss at the end of the aisle on the lavish San Francisco wedding, officiated by top Democrat Nancy Pelosi on Saturday. Newsom Newsom is a longtime friend of the billionaire oil tycoon Getty family, who have financially backed his political campaigns. The sighting comes as a surprise as questions have been swirling about the Democrat governor's whereabouts and health. Newsom abruptly pulled out of the COP26 climate summit in Scotland last week, for which he had spent weeks preparing, and his office cited family obligations as the reason. But now a source close to the Newsom family tells DailyMail.com he had a reaction to the shots that left him with muscle weakness and fatigue. And then here's a picture of him, or like of the wedding that he went to. So I think that's him in the background there. And here's a close up of that photo. So this is him. October 27, Newsom was last seen in public receiving a COVID-19 booster shot in Oakland from Dr. Margali, Secretary of the California Health and Human Services Agency. And I think this is a video of him like getting his jab shot, booster shot. And then I think this is like when he got his flu shot. Yeah, this is when he got his flu shot, 5 days prior to when he got his COVID booster shot. So it says Newsom received a flu shot on October 22nd. A source close to the Newsom family tells DailyMail.com he had a reaction to the shots that left him with muscle weakness and fatigue. And then here's a video of the governor encouraging people to get their flu shots. So, and then it says Daniel Lopez, the governor's press secretary, said the wedding did not conflict with the travel schedule to COP26. Lopez added that Newsom had no adverse reaction to his booster shot and confirmed the governor will have public events this week related to the economy and jobs. Newsom also received a flu shot on October 22nd. The flu shot and booster shot were administered separately, and the governor did not have an adverse reaction to either shot, Lopez insisted. At the time of the October 27 booster shot, Newsom said it was painless and then flexed in celebration, urging others to get boosters as well. 2 days later, his office issued a statement citing unspecified family obligations, canceling his plans to attend the Global Climate Conference, a huge gathering of international leaders on a subject that is among his highest priorities. The statement claimed that Newsom would attend the summit virtually, though he still has not made a video appearance. California's lieutenant governor led the delegation in his place. No further information on the family obligations that caused sudden alteration to his schedule have been shared. The governor has been working from the Capitol this week, a spokeswoman for Newsom told DailyMail.com on Saturday, dismissing any suggestion that the COP26 cancellation was connected to Newsom's booster shot as misinformation. Then here's a photo of him, I guess, flexing his arms. The time of his October 27 booster shot, Newsom said it was painless and then flexed in celebration, urging others to get boosters as well. And then here's a photo of the wedding he went to, I think. And it says Eleni Kounalakis, a fellow Democrat who led the California delegation in Glasgow after Newsom pulled out of the summit, confirmed that his absence was due to family matters. The governor has a young family, and we should all be understanding, especially those of us who have been there, said Kounalakis. Newsom has 4 children, ages 5 to 12, with his wife. Since the hiatus, he has been fairly active on Twitter, and in Halloween posted photos dressed as a pirate with his wife and children. Newsom has been seen only in pre-recorded video statements. After the federal government authorized Pfizer's coronavirus jab for emergency use for kids 5 to 11 last week, California implemented what state officials deemed a robust jab program. It's the kind of announcement that Newsom typically makes in person in front of TV cameras, but the governor's office announced the plan with an emailed news release. And here's a photo of him with his wife. It says the governor's wife recently reflected on the need to regard domestic work as important in the light of the pandemic. If the COVID-19 pandemic has not made it clear how damaging it is to society when we render care and domestic work invisible, I'm not sure what else will. So, pictured together on election night in 2018. And then here's a tweet. I think this is from his wife. And it says, "It's funny how certain folks can't handle truth when someone cancels something. Maybe they're just in the office working, maybe in their free time, they're at their home with their family, at their kids' sports matches, or dining out with their wife. Please stop hating and get a life." And that's the tweet from his wife. It says in a now deleted tweet, California First Lady Jennifer Newsom went after haters who criticized her husband's 12-day disappearance from public view. And then it says his Twitter account went dark from October 28 until last Tuesday when he tweeted election day support to fellow Democratic governors Phil Murphy of New Jersey and Terry McAuliffe of Virginia, who were seeking re-election. As the week went on, Newsom's Twitter account was more active, tweeting about climate change, urging children to get jabbed, and praising President Joe Biden's jab mandates for large companies. Newsom had submitted some pre recorded remarks to a transit conference last week and also posted a pre recorded statement on Friday commemorating Diwali, the festival of lights celebrated by Hindus, Jains, Sikhs, and some Buddhists. On Monday, Newsom's wife took to social media to defend her husband and call out haters without a life who criticized Newsom's 12-day disappearance from public view in a since deleted tweet. And then it's just repeating like what just repeating what she shortly, and she has not tweeted ever since. The governor's wife recently reflected on the need to regard domestic work as important in the light of the pandemic after announcing she will direct a documentary about three couples who try to juggle their family and professional lives. As Newsom posted a pre-recorded statement on Friday commemorating Diwali, the festival of lights celebrated by Hindus, Jains, and Buddhists. Photo of his family during Halloween. It says the only statement from Newsom's office cited unspecified family obligation for his abrupt cancellation of plans to attend the COP26 climate summit in Scotland. And there's another photo. It says so November 1st, Newsom posted a photo on his Instagram account with his wife and four children, aged 5 to 12, and dressed as pirates on Halloween. His office announced His office announced some appointments to state agencies and boards. He also posted a photo on his Instagram account with his wife and four children, aged 5 to 12, dressed as pirates on Halloween. It's rare, but it's rare but not unprecedented for Newsom to go a whole week without some type of appearance. Such absences are usually explained, including when Newsom leaves the state for vacation. In this case, the only statement from Newsom's office came October 29th and referred to unspecified family obligations. No additional information about the family's circumstance has been released. It's a relatively slow time in Sacramento as the state legislature is not in session and won't meet again until January. Recent storms mean no major wildfires are burning out of control, as has been the case in the fall months of recent years. So I think that's the end of the article. So yeah, that's the end of the article, and so in this article from the day, you can close that now. So yeah, that was the end of the article, and so like in the Daily Mail article, they're also saying how he he like took up like 5 days earlier for the COVID booster shots. So they're like yeah, the Daily Mail they're saying like how like he suffered like muscle and muscle like weakness or fatigue after like he took both of those shots. So like I'm sure like it's gonna be like downplayed by the mainstream media, Like even even like the governor himself, like Gavin Newsom, I'm sure he's gonna like downplay it and say like how it's not true or something like that. So yeah, it just shows like how like even like I guess celebrities, like politicians and all that, like even they're not like immune from the from the jab. Like they're not immune from the side effects of the jab. So yeah, I think this is just one example of like a well-known public figure or celebrity suffering like an adverse reaction to the jab. So yeah, that's everything. Yeah, that's everything I wanted to like to show. Um, and yeah, and people do your own research. Don't like take everything like these politicians and like mainstream media, the government and politicians, like whatever. Don't take like everything they say at face value. Like do your own research as like they're not like telling the truth like in regards to these like jobs. So like I suggest people start like doing their own research instead of just believing everything they say, as all they're gonna do is just like downplay this stuff and talk about how it's somehow good for everyone. So yeah, that's everything I wanted to talk about, and I'll be signing off now.